Hey music community, Jeff is here in the house again. I wanted to do a quick video about this new release that I got in because I'm wondering how many other people have heard about this particular project, band, I'm not sure. And I don't even recall. This was a couple weeks ago. I ran across a video by these guys and it looked, from just the thumbnail, like something to check out. I don't even know how it came across it. Somehow YouTube must kind of know what I like, and it dumped it in my lap, and I listened to it and I thought, that is, the imagery looked cool, and then the music was cool, and then I went on and watched another video by him and another video by him. Then I started looking at interviews with the main guy and the history of the band, and I kind of recognized him, and then I finally stopped to look him up and say, oh, okay, that's where I know him from. But anyway, I don't know if anybody, it's brand new, so I don't know if anybody else has really even picked up on it, but Crossbone Scully. Are you all familiar with this project band? They've released a couple digital singles, but I think this is the first physical media, is a 7-inch of 2 of their singles. So Crossbone Scully is a band with Tommy Henriksen, which again, he looked familiar, but I didn't quite know where to place him. And then I finally looked him up and I realized, okay, so he's one of the guitar players in Hollywood Vampires along with Alice Cooper. And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. He's also the guitar player, like the rhythm guitar player in Alice Cooper's band, which I saw last summer. I thought, okay, I saw him in concert. The look and stuff that he has is he's got that almost kind of like that 90s look of the kind of the piratey stuff, as far as bands like LA Guns and and bands of that, even some Guns N' Roses type feel. Basically I'm thinking with the bandana, the headband type stuff, and the chains and stuff. So the look is what appealed to me. And then musically it was sounded like it was something right out of the 80s. Had the higher range vocals. Musically was just very, it was just kind of right in that middle of the road spot. Anyway, the boom went to boom. Just look up the video. If you haven't seen or heard these guys, check out the boom went to boom. Check out the song I'm Unbreakable. Also, they have a video for that. And I believe there's a third video. I think they've got 3. I don't know why there's only 2 released on here. The other thing is the boom went to boom features lead guitar by Phil Collen of Def Leppard. So the story behind it was he did something, or he was singing along to something at some point, and some guy said, hey, that sounds pretty good, and he whatever it's people, he's like, I can't do that kind of music. That music's so outdated as far as that. No, like somebody's like, no, that sounds really good, you should do it. And he did a couple tracks, and he's not known to be, apparently not known to be a singer in that sense. Well, he's got a bunch of albums out, but they all seem to be like alt rock type stuff. But he did some of these songs in this thing, and people are like, well, that's you singing? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, no, it's not you. And he's like, yeah. Because it just sounded so out of place for what he normally does. And people are like, check it, this stuff sounds pretty good, blah, blah. Let me send it to a friend. And then a friend of his sent it to Mutt Lange, who doesn't really do much of music anymore. I guess he's somewhat retired, but sent it to Mutt Lange. And Mutt Lange, Mutt Lange is hugely, producer for all kinds of bands, Def Leppard, stuff like that, which probably is why the connection. And Mutt Lange called him one day and said, I really dig this stuff and I want to do some more with you. And they're working on new material. And it says on here, it's got background vocals by Mutt Lange. It's got some of the songs were co-written by, some of the stuff was co-written by Mutt Lange. And then he's got Phil Collen on guitar. He's got some other guys on here. Glenn Sobel on drums. Glenn Sobel also, the drummer for Alice Cooper currently at this point. So anyway, cool stuff. And it's got the imagery, it harkens back to like an Iron Maiden with their character. There are some stickers that they threw in with that, of that character. And it's a 7-inch on a splatter vinyl there. So check it out. If you haven't heard Crossbone Scully and you like that kind of a classic metal feel, stickers are not going back in there very well, check them out. Now it also came with a comic, or graphic novel, whatever you want to call it. What they did is, when he did this, he had this idea for a graphic type thing, and he hired a guy to do this, and they were probably thinking along the lines of an Eddie thing. And so they got this artist to do this character for him, and then they turned around and made it into a story. And when you pre-ordered this from the site, when you bought the single, they threw in this. And to buy this alone was almost the same cost. So I thought that's a really cool deal. And so, yeah, you get this, and you get the single, and then you get the 2 stickers. And so, yeah, check it out. Have you heard of them? And if you have not, go check them out. See what you think. Pick up the single. Hopefully there's more forthcoming. And that's it for this one. Just want to introduce you to a band that maybe you weren't as familiar with like me. It just stumbled across my lap. Now it stumbled across your lap. Thanks for watching. Rock on and rock hard.